Hello friends, tonight we will be building a Tofu 65% acrylic, and we will use the cream switch. And if we still have more time, we will be able to unboxing unbox the Canon key package. So we will be putting the Kitty KAT on E7V2 and also the Devastating TKL, that's from Canon key. So yeah, let's check it out tonight. Okay, so this is definitely the very classic 65% PC plate for Tofu. The KBD 67 Rev 2 PCB solder version. And lastly, the acrylic case. And we also have some screws for the stabilizers and also the feeder. So we definitely want to put the pump on first. Yeah, I need to hydrate more. Yeah, so basically the switch we'll be using will be the cream switch. Let's check that out. So this is a lubed cream switch and a little bit breaking because I spent some time typing on that on a hot swap video. And stabilizer, we will be using the C3 cream to match this cream stabilizer. Hey, I mean, how are you tonight? So we basically use the C3 cream stabilizers to match the cream switch. I feel like this is definitely a good combo. Thank you. Yeah, I think I try to make good enough video that people can get knowledge from, or maybe you have the choice to just like understand all the how different switch, different play sounding. Yeah, I'm good. I just get off work and had dinner, and now it's time for me to build something on stream. And this is for a client. And yeah, I used to just like build keyboard for myself, like this polarized, and then I started trying to build keyboard for the client. Then I basically get more chance to experience different builds, to get more knowledge, and also try to provide more content for people who want to know which plate to choose, and maybe what switches on different plates, and also what kind of keyboard could be a great entry level keyboard, or even end game. So yeah, just like try to be as informational as possible. So what are your favorite YouTube video series from my channel? Like typing sounds, or some build stream, or maybe some educational content? I don't know. Yeah, I don't have enough educational content that I want to put on. I actually want to put more. Yeah, thank you. Now you're watching live. This is how I build stream. Build the keyboard on stream. Yeah, the Space 65 is actually a very great board for people who want to have the 65 layout and also some RGB light. Okay, so This one we also have the underglow, 65% tofu, but this is a trim-on board compared to Space 65. Space 65 is a top mount, so they will sound very different. So look at this brass weight. I feel like at this price point, is that like $109 for this case? This is like unbeatable. Like for $109, you get a case that's similar to polycarbonate and also has the brass weight. I think the same, maybe not the same, but like similar material that you have for Unicorn that you can get is maybe $300. Hello. Yeah, and in the aftermarket it will be more than $1,000, so that's like crazy. Hey, Miss Frosty, my favorite guest here. Yeah, so you want this one? I feel like compared to the 60%, this 65% is much more premium. Yeah, if you really consider the cost of the material, acrylic is definitely cheaper than aluminum. But if you consider like how much it takes to machine this one, it may not be too much difference. Yeah, like for the same 60% it will be $88, and for this one is $109, so $20 more, get a brass weight, and it's much heavy, and I will definitely recommend that. So before scratching it a little bit more, we should put on the bumper. Yeah, the only thing I hate that is the bumper for 60 for the acrylic case will be black. So what's the better one for them? You know, I actually have the transparent. So be right back. I will grab someone. Oh, sorry. My camera is just right next to me, so it's really easy to touch the tripod. Yeah, $20 for a brass weight. I think even for 75%, it's like much more than that. Yeah, I don't know how long will it take for me to get my KBD fans shipment. I actually get some from KB fans before the Chinese New Year, and they definitely shut down for a week. And when they get back, they were like shipping it out, but I don't know when it will come. So I will definitely see the client will love this transparent fit more. So I just like do it for him. I mean, why not? Why do you want a black one on transparent case? So for the PC plate, I think it's more for the sulky sound, and I don't know for cream, like whether this combination is really good or not. So let's hear it out tonight. Okay, so the next thing we are doing we'll be testing the PCB. So let's put the case aside. Okay. So the switch I'm putting in is basically similar switch like last time. It's the cream. And the stabilizers will also be cream. Yeah, people love cream switch. That's what people want. And I don't judge. I just want to have a try. Then why people want to get this cream will be able to know whether they should get it. Hazel, thank you for follow. Yeah, definitely scratchy if you care about smoothness. So let's try it out to test the PCB. Yeah, my favorite JWK linear is alpaca and lavender, and those are my favorite like switches as well. So in general, I just prefer them all the time. Okay, so testing PCB. Okay, let's do our testing first. So cherry black, I feel like most people saying they are clacky. Less people saying they are sucky. So for the sucky sound, you usually prefer the ink black. And the latest one, I will say lavender is actually a good combination between ink black and the alpaca sound. So that's why my favorite switch now is probably lavender switch. And also they are most likely still in stock in project keyboard. Yeah, I feel like blacks are clacky, at least from what I hear. And I don't really have good blacks right now. I ordered some Vint black, but it just takes some time to get them because the Vint black are from a GB, and the person who will just harvest from the NAS, which is the new never open stock. So that will be his source to get those one, and I will be able to see how the Vint black really sounds. Yeah, okay, so it's new old stock, not never open stock. Yeah, I just like only know the words but never know the meaning of it. They probably sound similar or even the same, but they could be much smooth because of the mode. That's why Hyperglide is really popular recently. Okay, so the PCB is done. The next thing is the stabilizers. So we will need some paper towel to put those on. Okay, so we've done the keyboard testing, and for keyboard building, the most important part would be tuning the stabilizers, because if you didn't really tune that well, your keyboard will be really rattling. That's why the most pre-built keyboard sound sucks. Yeah, so for Vink Black, like they are really high cost, and it's hard to say whether you will get the value back or not. That's why I only get one pack to try, and maybe compared to Hyperglide. Maybe I don't really care about that too much, that I don't need to have the Vink Black. I may need to have only Hyperglide. Okay, now the question for me is whether the client want the Band-Aid mode or not. Yeah, that's always the question. I should ask this one beforehand always. So for your question about Tofu 65% PC plate or brass plate, yes, it will change a lot on the typing sound. But for the stiffness, maybe not a lot. So that totally depends on whether you're using like a linear switch or tactile switch. Yeah, let me just post my question to my client while I'm still building or lubing my switch. Okay, I don't think I ever asked him. So let's just lube the switch, lube the stabilizers housing and stem first. So in order to lube them, I need to grab my lube, and in order to know which lube to use, like you need to know for plastic on plastic, it's best to use the Krytox 205G0, and it's available everywhere now. Like it used to be like really low stock, and you have to wait in line or even try to grab that first come first serve. Like today you have to get that for your keyboard, but now it's better. Like all the vendors, they have plenty stock that you can get it. So I won't say carbon fiber plate is more flexible. If you want to try more flexible, definitely try the PC plate, the polycarbonate plate, and the palm plate, and also FR4 plate. So carbon fiber, I feel like it's still a little bit stiff. And overall for me, it's about the switch I'm using. So for tactile switch like Holy Panda, U4 Stocky, T1 switches, I will prefer more stiff plates like the brass plate, aluminum plate. I don't really use polycarbonate plate for tactile switch. And for linear switch, I just don't really use brass. I actually prefer aluminum FR4. And if you try to get socky sounds, you probably want to get the ink black to pair with the PC plate or even palm plate. Yeah, I don't really have a great feeling about palm because they sound muted a lot of times, so I cannot really hear the sound, and I really want my switch sound nice. So I actually prefer like PC plate more than the palm plate. And for carbon fiber, if you don't really have the plate form go between the plate and the PCB, sometimes you just hear really like high-pitched plastic sounds. So that's why like a lot of time, like for carbon fiber plates, people need to put a plate form so it can reduce some higher pitch sound to generate good enough sound. Yeah, I think it's not that flexible. So the better candidate would be palm and PC. So for example, this PC plate, you can see like it's really easy to bend. So when you type on that, it can flex a lot. But also this is trim mount, so most of the time it depends on how your PCB will flex or not. So for this tray mount plate, keyboard, you basically won't be able to bend your PCB a lot. So not like you can use your flex PC plate a lot. Most likely it's about the sound signature. Yeah, I think my favorite plate is definitely FR4 plate. It's just because they sound really nice, and also for anytime you want to have more flex typing feeling, you can go half plate. And for half plate, basically for the plate part, you will get FR4 sound. And for the alpha area that you don't have plate, it's the PCB sound. And PCB are made from FR4 anyway, so it will generate more consistent sounds if you go the half FR4 plate. For example, this keyboard, like the mod sound, will be like this one. And alpha area will be like this one. Yeah, probably it's too far, you cannot really hear, but it's very clean sound on alpha area and not too different on the mods area. Yeah, I think the alpha sounds really nice because, like, first, this is gas key mount, so whenever you type on that, it's mostly just like the switch typing on the plate, on the PCB, and that generates very clean FR4 sounds. Yeah, I think this is still my favorite sounding board so far. Yeah, I'm not the person who like, you know, like very sucky sounds. So this one is definitely my favorite, like a little bit clacky, and I can feel like it's a raindrop, similar to raindrop sound like. And I think I also have the other board that's trying to go the most sucky way, which is the ink black with the PC plate. So I probably will do a typing sound video later on, after I finish my Telios sounds typing sound video on my E7 V2. Yeah, I promised to the people in the Discord server that I want to do the Telios switch, and also the Kitty KAT, the cat profile keycaps. Yeah, AI O3 board were basically the maximum value you can get out from the GB price. Okay, you're trying to see which Discord server I'm in. Yeah, actually I'm in I don't really have my own Discord, but I basically use my friend's Discord as my base. So I'm a mod there, and my friends were making the beer 65% ergo keyboard. So I basically have a channel there. Yeah, but I definitely want to put this into the comments. Let me see. I need to connect the cable. Okay, I'm just setting the commands. Hopefully it will generate the right command after that. Yeah, it's always good to have new commands. Okay, my computer is really be slow. Bear with me. Yeah, I think one thing I was doing differently tonight is to change the resolution. Yeah, I changed the resolution to 1080p. And I wonder if that's causing too much trouble, that I should downgrade to 720p. Yeah, because I'm still using the same laptop. So maybe even the resolution goes up, like the latency could be really bad, or maybe like it's just not as smooth as possible. So maybe I should downgrade to 720p on the video resolution. Yeah, how's the video lag? Is that really bad now or acceptable? Maybe not lag, but like whether it dropped frame or not, because I don't see it drop frame on the transmission, but it may drop frame during the recording. Okay, so the stabilizers are lubed up, and we want to go super lube for the Y. And that's just my way of doing that. People are using 205G0 for both the Y and the stabilizers, but sometimes I just prefer super lube for the Y. So the next board I'm waiting for is the Sync 6.5 V2. That was probably the most expensive GB I've joined since I started the hobby, but before I really get into more group buy. And that was like an investment I made. I'm wishing the Sync 6.5 would turn out to be good, but I don't know yet. I didn't get it in my hand. So what is your most anticipated board other than the GB you entered? Okay, let's hear what the client says about the Band-Aid mode. Yeah, be right back. I need to just like clear my throat. Okay, so the client says, let's do it. So let's do it. Yeah, overall, like for the first keyboard you are building, Band-Aid mode is not a bad mode. Yeah, usually because, you know what, it just makes less plastic sounds while you are bottoming out on the modifier key. But sometimes people prefer the very clear bottom out sounds, then they don't really like the Band-Aid mode. That would be different. Yeah, I know those modding I haven't tried. I probably should try on one of my next boards. I don't want to try on any client boards so far because I don't want to, you know, like ruin their board if they don't like it. They cannot easily change it. I probably will try on certain of my hot swap builds. I'll check it out on my next Max PCB. But yeah, those interesting mods will be something I definitely interested doing in the future while I'm building on my keyboard. So right now I just have a little bit more work that I need to finish before I can reach to my own personal build. It's not bad, I'm just like taking time to build for clients, but also that means I'm not learning or experimenting things as much as I can do previously. Yeah, a lot of modding is a little bit overkill, and I don't see if like you want to do it for everybody you want to build or you just want to try it out. So totally depends. So the enter key and also the left side shift key. Yeah, so I think the recent stuff I was trying to experimenting is maxing, and overall I find really interesting experience on max. Yeah, mostly just because like for max you can turn almost every PCB into hot swap, but also people are saying like if you want to build a half plate you don't want to max. So it's about whether you want to do half plate or not, and also what the switch you are using. So some switches they are not good for like max sockets, like 0PC switch or other switch I don't really remember. You shouldn't do the max for them, and sometimes like the 3-pin switch, like the old Holy Panda, maybe you don't want to do it. That's also totally fine. but otherwise it's actually very time consuming to do it, but save your future time to try different plate and switches throughout your life cycle for this keyboard. Yeah, I think you want to spend more time modding the existing keyboard than jumping into a new keyboard, because that's how you can utilize your keyboard rather than just like build full once and forget about that, because there's not always a single choice for a keyboard build that can satisfy you. So other than buying more keyboard, it's better to try different configuration on the existing keyboard so you know your preference better, and also try to make this keyboard sounds closer to what you want. So next up, when you try new board, you can start from that configuration and jump into the next modding for that keyboard. So I try to keep my keyboard collection really diverse, that not any two keyboard has same layout or same mounting system. Because at the end of the day, by looking at them, they are all just a square. So right now what I have so far that I already built were the polarized here, right here, and the E7 V2 prototype that's exclusive kindly gave to me because I help a lot on his group buy for that E7 V2. And another one is the KFECE. It's basically the KFE community edition that I got from the recent, well, it's already been like maybe 1 month, one month half since I got that, but I haven't built it. It's a tankless keyboard and it's a top mount, very premium one. I haven't get the time to build because I want to mil max the PCB. I have like 5 plates for that. The PC plate, the brass plate, the aluminum plate FR4, and also the half FR4 plate. So in general, I really like to get different plate and see how I can get different sound signature on that keyboard. And the next one is the Meridian I got recently on the Prime KB first come first serve. So that one was an Ergo keyboard. I only built with Holy Panda so far. I still have FR4 plate and palm plate to build other switches. And then it's the Keycaps number 160. So I've built 2 configurations with it already. One is the Holy Panda on brass plate, and the other is the ink black on PC plate. So I probably will have a video on the ink version. And what else? Yeah, I don't think oh yeah, the other one is the latest one that I just got today. It's the Devastating TKL from Canon Key. I haven't opened that yet, and I'm not sure if I will build it for myself or build it for my next client who want to have a tankless keyboard. So for Keycaps keyboards, I think the most important part is its quality and also the continuous support for you to mod that. Like they provide very good availability on like the restocked PCB and plate, so you can try different configuration, and also the quality of the build is just like like absolutely fantastic. Like the finishing, the weight, the precision of the plate, and also other parts together. In general, it's just like how you can imagine art, like art piece look like for a keyboard. But if you want to buy it from secondhand market, secondhand, that price may not worth it. Yeah, I'm mainly talking about if you can get from the GB or get from the raffle, whether this board worth it or not. Like for example, the first come first serve in stock job Constellation, I feel like it's not super worth on that price point. Yeah, I don't think you really want to build a keyboard by getting it from like Mac Market, because other in that case, like you try to reach to your end game too soon and you spend $1,000 on that, and you probably will not feel the same thing as you like just get raffle or maybe first come first serve, get one keyboard. That will be different feeling, I will guarantee. Yeah, just keep joining. Like I think I never won any keyboards last year, but this year I start winning one or two, and I try to know like whether the one I won a really good keyboard or not, and only join the right one. So it takes time. Yeah, so let's add some switches on the corner, so it will be easy for us to add new switches later on. So raffle is a thing that you probably will never win until you finally get one win, and then you become less concerned about that, so you can keep doing more raffle. But do not join too many raffle and try not to pay, because that will make you into the blacklist of that designer or even like the whole community. So it's hard to say like how you should approach the raffle. Just join the one you really like. Okay, it's always hard to put this spacebar switch. Yeah, I may need to find the keycaps to use. Okay. Yeah, let's try this keycaps. So the client decided to use the EnjoyPBT GOK. Oh, God. That's always some shake. So it's our favorite keycaps again, the EnjoyPBT GOK black and white. Yeah, it's so popular that I feel like I should just stock one for myself, that everybody can just use it as their testing keycaps. The only thing about the PC plate is it's really easy to break, so whenever you try to test that, you need to be careful about it, especially the spacebar, because for spacebar I don't think you can easily remove it from just the switch puller. Okay, now we can continue adding new switches. Yeah, it's so classic that I always recommend like getting. Just because like it's good for almost any color board. If it's colorful, it shows the color of the case. If it's not colorful, like black, white, gray, it's also classic combination. So I feel like that's better than the white on black. Also depends on your preference. Sometimes people just like white on black on every keyboard, and I really like the black on white on every keyboard. To be honest, I really hate the ISO enter key. That makes almost all the plates very like loose on the enter and also the pipe key. So my favorite keycap set, I think when I enter this hobby, or when I watch those streams, I like Olivier++ the best. And then I just like take my effort to get the extra from Novel Key. Actually, I didn't get that. Then I was lucky to get some extra from Z Frontier. And that's probably still my favorite keycaps. It's just because it looks really great on black, gray, white, maybe PC, maybe especially like pink or rose gold. That like most of keycaps you cannot handle that. Okay, I want something to put underneath. And maybe my next favorite right now is the Bingsu keycaps. Yeah, I really like its low-key design with the color that hard to find a good keyboard to put on. Yeah, like I know the Iron 165 plume color is definitely perfect. And also there's another keyboard that the render of Bingsu is using but never get to the group by state. Maybe the project is like not going anywhere, and that color is also very nice. And also it will go the rose gold as well. And I also have the Oblivion. Because I'm software engineer, I feel like that shows us how like different commands the Git can do, although they are not matching what Git is doing by pressing those. But it just like show the character of myself. Yeah, Strike is my favorite blue colorway. Yeah, I won't call Mizu is blue. It's just because a lot of times you don't really match Mizu with black, like blue. You match Mizu with white. And Striker, getting R2 is a must. Okay, with our friend Miss Frosty. Yeah, anyway, Striker is something I probably will get the base kit, the extension, because I need the spacebar for Ergo. And maybe not the spacebar kit because I don't really like the accent color on Striker. I just want to keep the whole blue theme. And maybe not the Selvin. Yeah, because I don't really like that white volleyball-like. Yeah, I know that's like the classic football or the classic soccer, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense on these keycaps. Just my 2 cents. Other than that, I recently got the Botanical Extra, and I was kind of lucky, as well as just like try to go as fast as I can do. And overall, I really like the Botanical like theme with succulents and the plants in your garden. And because my girlfriend loves succulents, so I feel like that will match her theme a lot. Cool, so we get all the switches in. The next thing is to solder. So I will need to open the window, set up this desk into a solder friendly desk. So let me do that right now. And we don't need a case for now. We also don't need a keyboard. We're not typing during soldering. Okay, so in this way, I don't have any desk mat ruined. I think now my biggest question would be how many sets will Striker make this time? Yeah, like will that be just all-time favorite sets in the keyboard history? Because so many people want that, and it's unlimited. It's running throughout the whole March, where people will definitely have time to pick it up. Yeah, that will be a very interesting question. Yeah, thanks for typing that comment, service. So I'm trying to provide good quality service. Yeah, I'm also putting the Striker on a blue Vega and maybe other. Yes, GM dots, you know, actually at my first time looking at that, I thought it's like black white. Then I realized it's actually navy color, so totally mistake on me. And it looks much better on the navy board than on a black board. So GMK dots, did you join the dark or light or both? Dark, yeah, dark is classic. So I will probably join both just because I really like the dot theme, and I don't know when I get it which one I will like better, so probably just get both, then we will see by the time I get it. Yeah, I agree. Like even for maybe like the tri-kits, I will get mostly on dark. Maybe for black I will just get the spacebar. Yeah, I don't really see any, you know, like render on the white rainbow, so I don't know if it will look good or bad. Yeah, if you can afford that, you can definitely try both and see which one you like better and sell the other. But if you cannot afford or you prefer like putting money on other stuff or pay your bill, I would definitely recommend paying the bill first. Yeah, I don't want you like buying this GMK light dots light then cannot pay the bill. It's the least thing I want to see. So I might be trying to get the dark base, the dark rainbow, the dark spacebar, the light base, the light spacebar, and I don't know about Rama. I'm not a huge fan of the silver Rama. Like I don't know if it's a good match when you're putting on this dark or light version. But the rainbow one looks interesting. Yeah, I still don't see it like a really match on this keycaps. So I totally forget one set GOK speed. So I really try to get the MT3 GOK speed, and then I realized, okay, let's just get the GMK, because there are so many MT3 keycaps that you can get from GB rather than getting from aftermarket. And GMK GOK speed is a really good value. Like the base kit, it's probably in stock. You can get split spacebar as well, and also all the modifier were base kit terms, not like the normal modifier. So it's like Oblivion that you already have all the novelty parts. You don't really need all icon for novelty. You just need a simple novelty. Okay, I'm just anchor certain switch so that it will be easy to solder other switches once the plate is very secure to the PCB, because it's like really loose when you were just inserting the switch to the PCB. but once you solder them in, they're really secured. Thank you for subscription. You are probably my first subscriber. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Yeah, I think I start streaming by using my phone as my overhead camera, and then I start doing this one with my real camera, and I'm still tuning my setup, and I feel like the content matters more, so I try to see what people really want. And one thing about the favorite content people might like is whatever keyboard people are trying to build, and I feel like Space 65 is definitely a really popular one because I already built 2 and there's still another 2 incoming. And Voice 65 is also a really good board if you can get that from the in-stock drop. And then it's about like KBD 75. Yeah, maybe you don't really watch that often, but I already built 3 of them and still have another 2 incoming. So that would be like the most people who want to build the keyboards using the build service. And I can totally agree on that because it's 75%, very close to what you have on your laptop, so you don't really lose any functionality. And also it has underglow. I mean, most custom keyboard don't have RGB, so underglow is something already makes sense. That's why I actually really recommend this keyboard, like the Tofu 65%. It has underglow, it has 65% layout. And the only thing is, if you can get a chance to have the hot swap PCB, maybe you can try different switches if you don't really know which one you like. But if you already have the chance to choose your favorite switch, solder them in would be a good choice, because how secure this whole keyboard will be. But otherwise, I won't really recommend like buying from aftermarket. Yeah, I think the value of voice is really about like RGB and the rotary, and I'm not a huge fan of RGB, and I don't really use like any rotary knob, so I'm not a huge fan of the looking, but I feel like the sound is very close to Vega, and I really like that. And as a matter of fact, like it's not that expensive. Yeah, glad you built for your friend. And I really like how the industry moved to hot swap, because I think even for like modding, you want to have some hot swap PCB that you can kind of try the combination you want, then maybe you solder to guarantee that configuration working well, because hot swap sockets sometimes it's easy to break. Yeah, a razor. Yeah, I think a lot of my clients also build their keyboard with me for their first custom, and I want to let them know, okay, building the keyboard with me will save a lot of time. So maybe like you were spending some money, but you end up like saving time on choosing the parts, understanding the compatibility, and know like which part are necessary, which part are just nice to have, so you can spend accordingly. Because if you were just like buying everything you can, maybe things are not compatible, maybe you're wasting money, you have to take some time to sell them, so it's all like waste of time and money. So I'm glad people finding like my value when I'm working with them. But also I feel like it's a little bit too much right now. I need to pause a little bit so that I can focus more on like the long term, like not soldering day and night. I mean, I'm not doing that right now. I try to not solder build keyboard in consecutive day, because I want to make sure the keyboard I was building is the one I focus on that 2 days, so I can fine-tune the final product for the client. Yeah, if I try to build 2 in a row, then I don't have enough time to make sure like the one I built is up to the quality I want to give. Yeah, if you were saying like the time you spend on building keyboards, I feel like just like 2 hours on stream is not a lot. The most time I spend maybe like chatting with the client during night to make sure like what they want, and also lubing the switches if they want to have the switch lubed. So that's like the most time spent. And working it's another part, like it's already in my life. I work every day, so it doesn't really matter if I do additional like keyboard building or content creating. So it's really about like how you do the work-life balance. But I find like doing something related to keyboard keep me mentally healthy. So that's another thing, like if you cannot keep mentally healthy, you probably cannot bring yourself to the work and also be productive. So it's really matter of like how you can find the balance between these two and use one for the other. And having people other than the people you meet day to day is also nice, that you can chat things other than things you already know. But also in the work, I also have a friend that's actually a colleague. He know me as keyboard building, and he also built keyboards himself and for friends. And we were discussing about the future keyboard to build together, not build but buy together. So that's another additional level of like relationship with your co-worker. Yeah, same hobby. Sometimes it's hard. People don't really understand what you're doing, like why you spend $100 on a keyboard while you can just buy $10 in Walmart. Yeah, after solder this one, I probably just want to derail a little bit to unbox something I got today and see if I can use those things on this keyboard, because after all I will give back the keycaps that the client wants, but I can probably use different keycaps on the stream. Okay, this last few solder joint I need to finish between I can call it done. Yeah, really enjoy the last few because that means I'm almost done. Yeah, after soldering you will have a lot of flux on your hand, so you definitely want to wash your hands. But let's test the PCB first. I mean, if I miss any solder joint, I probably need to solder again, so let's test that first. Okay, at least the lighting works. Hey, you're back right on time because I just finished soldering. Yeah. Okay, luckily it's not my internet. So how's your internet? Why it's broken? Okay. Everything is done. So Frosty is my earliest client and friend. He started from a Tofu 65 in burgundy color. And the polarized similar, the same color as me, but in Winkley's version. And I also entered the group buy of Kara for him, and also the Vega. So he's my loyal friends and stream chat buddy. I really appreciate all the time you spend. It means a lot to me. Yeah, and for the Tofu 60, it's your boards. Okay, let's see what happened to the camera. Okay, so I will need to clean the table and wash my hands and be right back. That's what I will do. Thank you. Yeah, I think sometimes if you are not really chatting with the streamer, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to just like tune in, because you can always watch the video. Okay, so let's change the chapter to unboxing. So the first thing we're unboxing today is this guy. Okay. I don't know if I will get big or not, but I will definitely have time to spend chatting with you guys. That's why I know for sure. And making friends is what makes this hobby extremely attractive. Hi, Max, thank you for subscribing. I was trying to build your keyboard, but I want to take a small break to open something. So for this one, yeah, let's just take it out from the box. Yeah, I was getting this one and cannot wait to open that. And after I just finish soldering your PCB. So that's not NK65. So what they have, yeah, don't worry about this part. This is all the screws and the plate. Yeah, I can feel the plate. Maybe it's the PCB as well. And the receipt and the polyfill. Yeah, I don't really like polyfill. So this case is really nice, and I actually don't really buy this case. It come with this keyboard, and it probably sit with this keyboard because this is a 80%, the tankless. Okay, so let's check out what this keyboard is. So it's a teal color or aqua color. Devastating tankless. So the side profile, and it's just the traditional, actually it's the F13, and it's from Canon key, so you can see from the logo, and it's super heavy even though it has no brass weight. Yeah, if you want to trade with this one, I can build this one for you, but let's wait until you get the color. I get the color for you. So this one I probably will try to see like whether I can max the PCB so that I can test on different switch. So actually like the finish is super good. It's a stock, so has no anodizing problem. And to be honest, I don't know what the keycaps color would match this one perfectly, but the black on white would be still a perfect matching. Yeah, Canon key logo is another thing that people like, people hate, you never know. Like sometimes you just don't like it, but it's on there. But anyway, no matter how it looks, this is a solid board. Like it costs $310 for a tankless keyboard. I mean, you cannot find a better deal than this one. Yeah, so I probably don't need to open like all the PCB and plate stuff. Yeah, it definitely fit with the black on white keycaps. Yeah, the Camera 65 is just like so much hype. It's like the keycap. So that's my not the new tankless. I have another one on build, but for this one I get that, and I will either build for myself, or if I have a client who want the tankless, this is a candidate I can present. Okay, so the next one before we go back to assemble the Tofu. Yeah, so that's the tankless in stock. So, can you guess what's inside? I think I already said that in my title for the stream. Oh, the Canon key logo. Let's just get out everything. So this one is the Kitty KAT profile, designed by Mintley, and this is a Key Creative keycap set. So let's just unbox that. Unboxing is always fun. Okay. It's fun, but also a little bit nervous because I don't want to. Okay, this is the whole kit with just a bunch of keys. Just kidding. This is the second part. I think the main part is from this one. This is also the tankless, basically the base kit. Yeah, I actually like the Key Creative tray. This is definitely much better than the GMK tray, for sure. Like nothing won't beat GMK tray. Okay, so look at this cat profile keycap set. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the quality is the best, but still, the cat profile keycaps were just like nice sounding. So you can see like the keycaps are really thick. So it's like the thick PBT die-sub keycaps, and this is just like made with PBT. Yes, PBT, because they are not double shot, they were die-sub. Yeah, I will probably put that on my E7V2 and do a sound typing later on. And the only novelty on this keycap set were the fishbone and also the cat logo. I mean, I probably will definitely use this one. So it will be good for a gray, white, blue, not blue, maybe green keyboard. Okay. So that's pretty much the unboxing. I don't need to unbox the spacebar. They are just boring spacebar. So let's just put it back and let's continue the Tofu 65%. Yeah, like all we need to do is let's save some time. I don't need to really make it back. So we've tested all the keys, and this is not sandblast, so you will definitely see the reflection. And let's unscrew the screws. So yeah, I think the previous one I just unboxed, the TKL, I think it's much better than I expect. Like the quality is super good, and I haven't built that, but I already built some salvage 65%, which is very close to this keyboard. Like their brutal line are just solid and good value. Okay, now it's the time to screw things together. Yeah, so I got the cream steps from C3 with TKC. So it actually has a perfect matching cream steps and also the cream switch. Yeah, you should change the spring. Like the stock spring on the cream may not good for you, but that's when you tried already. Like sometimes people try it again, they will be okay. Sometimes you want to change. So the stock spring were 70 grams. It's actually heavier than 67 if you don't really know. Yeah, 70, I don't know if it's 72 or not. So sometimes you don't really want to screw all the way because you want to put the keycaps on the corner and try to adjust where the screws in so that the keycaps won't really rub the side of the keyboard. Yeah, I don't really care about actuation because that's mostly when you have a slow spring or a regular spring. Yeah, I care most on the bottom out. Okay, let's get some keycaps to test. So still our favorite, black on white. Max, if you are here, do you want to go with the Olivia that I have, or do you want to go the black on white? Yeah, I think O-ring is definitely good. I don't know if I still have enough left over, so I will probably check it out off stream and see if I can mod that. Yeah, sure. Hit me the link and I will probably get a bunch so that I don't need to find them. I just put it on my desk. So I will see them all the time. Okay, the left control. So I'm just trying to align and also make sure the left and right have the same gap. Then I can screw all the way in and test. Make sure it doesn't really rub the side. Backspace shift, yeah, I think they are, you know, like basically had the same clearance as all the corner keys, so I don't really need to use them. And also backspace is only for 60%. if you were checking on the top, I also have other keys to check the top. Yes, so should be fine now. But yeah, you have good tips on what to check, and for people who were also building a tray mount, this is something you can check it out. Okay, keycaps time. Yeah, I can already feel the flex while I'm pushing the keycaps onto this one, but the flex are not very consistent because of the center pull. Yeah, if the further modding on this one would be drum out the center pull, so that center will be no standoff. Yeah, I wonder if like KBT fans can just make a version of Tofu without the center pull. Maybe that will be more popular. But also it's possible that you could hit the bottom of the keyboard to the case to cause some problems. So that's why maybe KBT fans don't want to do that, since a lot of people who are buying from KBT fans may not know what they're doing. You already hear the sound? I barely hear it. I'm just like typing a little bit and you already hear. Oh, you said if. Okay, yeah. I was just touching the keycaps on the side and I was like, did you already hear it? Yeah, we will see. Maybe this is a good revenge of the cream switch on your heart, in your heart. But still, it's hard to judge by other people's microphone, because it may not be the same representation in real life as you were doing yourself. So it's mostly on like relative comparison between this configuration or other configuration. So what I find most important is to make sure like the people I watch the stream or maybe the keyboard sounding video, I have other video to compare from the same person. Okay, so this tray is done. We need control here. So I really like this keycap set because it has the split space bar and also the second B. So if you were using this one for your Alice layout or Meridian or Ergo layout, it's already all there. You don't need to buy additional kit, or you don't need to use your shift as your split space. That's why I'm always advocate of this keycap set. It just provides really good compatibility for like not under but slightly above $100. So yes, that's the another one max get. So that's not your GOK. Yeah, we have, I think this is like the 5th GOK BOW I have. Nice. Olivia coming Friday. Would be nice when you get that, and also I can kind of ship the keyboard to you. It probably won't be one day though. Yeah, Olivia Dark are nice as hell. And if you were having the PC or maybe this like acrylic, it's actually not bad. Yeah, very interestingly, like shipping from Canon key here, although it's like from East Coast to West Coast, it's not slow. Okay, let me try to see if I focus on the keyboard. Yeah, definitely pretty. Wait a second. Okay, focused. Yeah, so this is the Tofu 65% acrylic. Look at the back. This is a brass weight, a sandblast brass weight. Super pretty looking on the bottom as well. So it's not like a 60% Tofu has nothing underneath. This one has the brass weight. And this is the back, and this is the side. Yeah, you can definitely see how the keycaps sit on this keyboard. But anyway, you can definitely change the underglow. I can show how that been done in Veer. Okay, let me put the keyboard here. Okay, and let me open Veer. And basically what you will go is, well, probably reinsert. So in case you have an underglow keyboard, yeah, sometimes VIA doesn't really recognize because I need to cue that and relaunch it. Okay, load it. So this is where you configure all the key maps, and also you can change the layout, but for this one it's the default layout for Tofu. And you can change the lighting, underglow, so we can go solid color. Did it change? Okay, if it didn't really change, then what we will do is go to the layer, then assign the QMK lighting key. So what I will do is check if it's the black backlight. So we have this layer 1 and we have, okay, what the layer key? Maybe let's use the code as the layer key. MO1. So let's see. Nothing. So maybe it's not the underglow. Did KBD fans change this to RGB toggle? Okay, yeah, it becomes RGB, so it's hard to do it in the lighting tab. So let's do RGB toggle here. The next one is RGB mode. And we can do hue plus, hue minus, hue plus, saturation, brightness, effect speed. Then what you will do later is press this layer key and also other key to turn on, turn off. And let's try different lighting. Okay, so this is turn off state. We can have the rainbow wave. And for rainbow, it has different way of doing the rainbow. So it's basically this code key and also W. You can always remap keys later. So it has different speed. Actually, this is different modes. The next two were, I don't remember, hue. Okay, so the hue plus is basically making it more like colorful. And if you like have hue minus, oh, not hue is actually like the color. So if let's say we have a solid color somehow, like this one, solid color, then you can basically change different color by changing different hue. So if you want to stay for one color like this one, you can just stay on this one forever. And this is for like solid color. And the next one is saturation. So the more saturation it has, like the more solid color it is. And if you have less saturation, it becomes like white, kind of white. So that's the saturation. So more green. And then it's the brightness. Yeah, brightness is basically very easy to explain. And we have the RGB speed. So you could be really fast or could be go slow if you have different modes. So sometimes you can have the static rainbow color. Yeah, it's really like just you can try everything that you want and find the one you like today and let it be there. Yeah, I really like this underglow feature. Anyway, I won't spoil everything. And now I need to do a proper sound test. Let me take the Chrome monkey type here. Okay, let's turn off the music. And drop in the mic so that it gets closer to the keyboard. And let's see how that sounds. So this is the Tofu 65 acrylic and built with cream switch looped and also C3 cream stabilizers and built on a polycarbonate plate. Okay. Another pass. And here's the moth sounds. Yeah, overall I don't really hear very scratchy sound for this cream. Maybe one part is I slightly breaking before using those switches, so it's definitely better than the stock form. Yes, thank you for all the emotes. I bet you love the sound for this one and cannot wait to get it, right? And also, like, while I'm typing, because of the polycarbonate plate, I can definitely feel some vibration when typing on, like, you know, certain rows without the screws or the standoff next to it. So it's actually a very nice feedback vibration. And overall, if you were asking me like whether this is worth the bucks, I would definitely say yes, because if you look from top and just like not thinking about how unicorn is sold as like maybe 5-10 times or 6 times of this one, this is like definitely great board. Yeah, so for these switches, yes, you probably need to take more time to break in. Even like I loop them a little bit, like you probably like the more you type, first like the material break in, and also the loop will spread evenly on the stem and housing, so the switches will be like more smooth. So that's about that. But overall, I don't really feel like, okay, I will complain about the scratchiness of this one at all. So unless you really like slow type and compare that with GWK linear switch, but if you were just like typing on this keyboard on its own, it's fantastic. Yeah, sometimes I don't really like cream just because of the scratch, but when you really talk about like sound, yes, cream really has its signature sound. Yeah, I think I really like how it looks. Like, I don't really like RGB because sometimes it's just too much, but for underglow, it's just right on the level that I can accept. So this one is definitely worth buying for the bucks. Cool. Yeah, so next I probably, yeah, if you really want to hear how this sounds, again, I will probably type later, but I probably will spend some time to put the keycaps on my E7 and do another like typing on that one, just like the unboxing session continued. Yeah, because I'm really eager to hear how the cat keycaps sound. Yeah, let me grab my keyboard. So yeah, I think this keyboard looks really nice on this desk. And if you don't have any desk mat, I would definitely recommend like typing on it with desk mat. Just feels much nicer. And for this keyboard, I have the E7 V2 prototype, and I actually try to test the Telio switch for people who are in the Discord of exclusive keyboard. So I was saying like I will test the KAT keycap set right today. So that's why I'm just like getting it. Okay. Yeah, I like the case, but sometimes it's confusing how to open that. Okay, I know. It's actually just a top. Okay, let's see what we will need. Do we just go all gray seam? Yeah, we can always change later on, but overall this is a gray seam with some green accents, and we can always try the green accent later. Yeah, so if you look at the legend, sometimes the legend is not super center aligned. I think that's the problem of Key Creative cat profile so far. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's easy to see this one. But yeah, I feel like the one is a little bit on the right side rather than in the middle. So that's definitely not on my standard. And that's the problem of DICEP, and that's the reason why Key Creative start making their own double shot PBT keycaps for cat profile and maybe cam as well. We will see whether that can get better over time. Did this never change? Let me change to another one, maybe. The one that will move around. Oh, maybe it's just too slow. Yeah. So I got these keycaps like last Friday morning. Yeah, I think there were announcement in Canon Key channel and also Mintly's Discord server, like saying, okay, we will have in-stock keycaps dropping in 3 minutes, and that's like Friday morning 8:57. And I usually don't really look at Discord, but I kind of had that feeling we will have that keycaps somewhere, sometime on that week. So I know I need to get it before I regret it. So I just take time every morning last week to check out whether it's time to buy these keycaps or not, and suddenly it drops and I'm like really happy about it. So this keyboard is the prototype from Exclusive, and the keyboard is called E7V2. It's a gasket mount. Okay, I need to look up on all the keys what do they mean. Or maybe it's not what do they mean, it's about what's the kitting look like overall. So I can put the right key. I mean, I don't really own a SA Bliss, so I didn't really know what each key means. So I don't want to make a wrong one. Look at the kitting. Okay, so since I'm the Mac user, I will put the control command here, and on the other side, what this is the out. Okay, that's fine. We also need the other side control. What? Yeah, the control is this one, right? Oh yeah, this is actually not the last row. Okay, that's probably the caps lock. Okay, we have the shutter shift. Is that on the other kit? Yeah, I'm just taking my time to put the right key here so that I have the consistent typing. And let's go all the greasy. So I think the color were not as bad as the Eternal. Yeah, because of the gradient the Eternal has, it just makes it harder to make. So the color is not a problem. I think it's still the alignment of the ladder. That's the problem. And I think it's hard to make it right without making a totally new mod. Yeah, that's what I will say. And other things people may worry about is the spacebar straightness. Yeah, I think the alignment will not be solved until Key Creative figure out the new dice-up process on machine. Whether they can find out the solution for double shot. Yeah, so it's a long way to go. We will see. Okay. Yeah, the icon was fantastic until I don't know which row profile it is, especially on cat profile. I'm not super expertise on it. Okay, let's do print here. And the next one, let's do home and end, or maybe page up, page down. Okay, maybe just do page and home and end. Page up, page down may be too simple. How about let's really go the cat scene with the cat return and swap the escape key and the F13 key. Yeah, it's so hard. You have to compare it side by side. So that's probably harder to do than you think. Yeah, anyway, I basically go through most of the icons that I have idea with. Yeah, at least it has all the keys in the Discord that I can always reference later. But yeah, this is the cat profile, Kitty. It's interesting, the spacebar is a little bit glossy, while the other keys are more matte finish. Yeah, people are complaining about the 7U spacebar sticking with the Durock V2 stabilizers. Yeah, I think this is looking good so far. Okay, temporarily say bye bye to this Tofu, and let's try some typing on this keyboard with the cat profile. So this is still the E7V2 black prototype, and we unboxed the Kitty KAT today. And I swapped the alpha area with the Lube Telios. So this is cat profile on Telios and aluminum plate. Yeah, overall I feel like the Telios are a little bit muted compared to the other key switches I have here, which is a silk yellow. Okay, even on the same rope. So this is Telio, and this is the silk yellow. Telios. Yeah, definitely if you can hear, the silk yellow are much clacky, while Telios a little bit more deeper sound. And as of the smoothness, hey, Amy. Yeah, thank you for tuning in and chat with me. And see you tomorrow, or see you like Friday. I probably will stream later. Yeah, I think I probably will end stream soon as well. I'm just like testing this first, the profile and also the switches. So yeah, have a good night. Yeah, actually that's very interesting. Like the Telios are very different sound. I mean, I haven't typed on Telios before, and to be honest, I'm not super fan of like very muted sounds, because it's hard to say like I'm typing on a super expensive switches versus something like silk yellow. So I'm probably the silk yellow alpaca fan. So these two are Alpaca V2. And these are silk yellow. And these are the Telios. And silk yellow. And these 8 keys were dry yellow. Silk yellow, dry yellow. Yeah, so if you were looking at this keyboard, it's just a mix match. So different area has different switch. We have, so we have the silk yellow, dry yellow, and the Alpaca. These two are Alpaca because they are really separate. And we have this 8 drive yellow, and all others except the alpha are silk yellow, and I just changed the alpha to Telios to have some typing test, because yeah, it's hard to change the whole keyboard to another profile, but it's easy to just change one row, just like one area to a different switch to have the typing test. And at the end of the day, when you do typing test, you're mostly hitting alpha and space. So I just changed all the 27 keys to save some time. And also it's easy to compare different sounds while you're still working on the same board. So yeah, I think first time using Telios. I can see why some people like it, but I'm probably not a huge fan of it. I probably still favorite the JWK switches. Cool, I will probably record some sound test on this one and post up on YouTube later. And thank you for tuning in for me to build this Tofu 65%. Yeah, very great board with cream, and also changing the keycaps of this E7 V2 with this Kitty KAT. I will probably inspect a little bit closer on each keys so I can summarize what I find. But overall, it's good, nice sounding keycaps. Okay, have a good night, everyone. See you on Friday if I were building a new keyboard. Bye.